I have a question for you. Who remembers their birthday? How many birthdays do you remember? I just had a birthday. I remember turning 58. Um, but I want to share about a birthday that I was guided to remember, and that is the day of my birth. And how could one know and experience their first birthday? So my story begins with my mom was, my mom and dad were married quite early. I think my mom, well, she wasn't able to finish high school because she was a mom. And my older brother, 3 years older, my older sister, 16 months, and then my sister and I were born twins. And they thought that they were having one baby. They did not know that, Danelle or Danny was on her way as well. So I was born, and about 15 minutes later, they realized there was another baby here. And Danny was bruised and smaller than me, not as strong perhaps. And if I had a theme for the day of my birth, it would be caring for one meant leaving the other. And that statement of caring for one but leaving the other is something that stuck with me for years and years and years. I remember the trauma of having a second child and having to leave my oldest, almost that close relationship with him in order to care for my daughter. So back to the day of my birth. A lot of my stories, and that is going to be the theme of this playlist, is the stories of my life. My first story is the day of my birth. So I was born, and 6 weeks premature, my lungs weren't fully developed. So it was a struggle. It was a struggle to breathe. And I was struggling to get air, and a lot of my story is when Jesus shows up. And he showed up and put his robe over my incubator, and he blew his air into my lungs so that I could breathe. But then 15 minutes later, they realized there is another baby, and this baby is sick and sicker and weaker. And so they left me to care for Danny. And that has been that has affected me for years and years and years. I remember probably in my 40s, I was explaining the concept of leaving one to care for another, and I just burst into tears. I could not get over the fact that I looked down at my 1.5-year-old and said, "You're the big boy now. I need to care for the baby." And it was kind of a break in our relationship. So as I remembered that, or was reminded of, or brought into that situation where I remembered the day of my birth, there was another layer that I've just come to realize, in the last few years, is I have been a we. We did this and we did that. My sister and I grew up in quite a difficult home, and I'll be sharing more about that as the videos go on. But we had each other, and we were in our own little bubble. And I think my family tried to protect us from kind of knowing the truth, and we felt the tension, and we felt the just as the secret life of living with an alcoholic mom. And my dad was forced to leave in a way, but chose to leave, or I remember him kind of meeting him when I was 3, but that's another story for another day. So it's always been we, and I am not me if I'm not a we. And there was Jesus brought me into just an awareness. He wanted me to be born in my time, in my minute, in my instant. And he had a different minute, a different time, a different instinct, for Danny to be born. And in my spirit, I just said, no, 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 no. No, I don't think so. We are a we. We've always been a we. And Jesus came to me and helped me realize I needed to be an I. That I am on my journey. And Danny was with me for overnight for about 24 hours. We haven't seen each other for 19 months. We haven't been in the same room for 19 months. And we had that we-ness that, that we really had been missing. And, her grace is she's just that much further in her journey. And certainly with starting a YouTube channel. Part of what I do, and excuse me, I didn't have my pendulum. I might have to edit this, if not, here we go. But part of what I want to do is use my perspective or my skill in going back to places that may be hurtful and that I might have stuck emotions about. So I am going to hopefully be able to edit this, but I do need to look for my pendulum. I'll be right back. Okay, here I am. So this is something I use, and I'm just going to go back using the body code and seeing if there's any leftover emotions from the day. So my name is Denise, so I am who I am, and my name is Bob, and that's my no answer. No, my name is Bob, but my name is Denise, and there is a way to talk to the body, and part using core talk and body talk and the emotion, or body code and the emotion code. So Denise, are you here? And are you in your own energy, or is there someone with you? Are you in your own energy? No, I'm not. So let's see, is it Danny in my energy right now? She senses I'm talking about her. So Danny is just a little close to me energetically. So Danny, I'm just going to ask you to give me some space to tell my story. This is a we and an I story. So am I alone in my auric field? Yeah, it was just simply, Danelle was tucking up too close and I just asked her to leave. And am I 58? And no, I'm not 58. I'm back. Am I back to that year of my birth, or that day of my birth? Yeah. And body, are there some emotions or some memories or something stuck about that? Yeah. Do you want to just go right to the emotion code? Yeah. So working with the emotion code, I have a chart of 60 emotions. And you can read the book, The Emotion Code, by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and I'm certified in that modality. So I'm going to just spend just a little bit of time figuring out what those emotions are stuck about the day I was born. So the first emotion is abandonment, which is understandable. Body, was there a sense of abandonment the day I was born? Did that sense of abandonment start right when I was born? No. Was it about 15 minutes later? Yeah, and can we release some of that abandonment that's stuck? So my hand is energetic, and this is my meridian, one of my energy channels. So we're just going to wipe away that emotion that doesn't serve me. And let's just see if that abandonment, is that abandonment been clear? And is there another emotion that I can decode? And that's my yes answer. I'm running out of time. I just have a bit of time. Anyway, I want to keep these videos about 10 minutes. So using the emotion code, the body code, core talk, I'm able to go back to different times, different ages, those emotions that are stuck, we're able to release those. And I guess the end of my story about the day I was born was I wasn't abandoned. That my journey of faith includes when Jesus shows up in my story. And I look forward to continuing on this journey with you. Bless you.